Hello, you beautiful people, again. One of the reasons that I can say that, you're beautiful people is because I see those beautiful smiles. And I also stand here knowing that we have a lot in common. And one of the major things that we have in common is that we've all enjoyed success. And we want to continue to enjoy success. And there are many, 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 many roads to success. And today, I want you to explore a road with me that perhaps you haven't explored before. And that is living in a state of willingness. Now, we have to kind of look at and make sure that we're on the same page where willingness is concerned. And I'm a teacher. So therefore, what do we do when we want to know the meaning of a word? We divide it into syllables. The first syllable is a four-letter word, W-I-L-L. Now, will refers to your capacity to move to action. If you have the will, you are going to move yourself to some kind of action, predetermined, consciously determined action. And that is under your control. How about moving that ing into it? And then you have the word willing. Now, what that ing does, it says that it's ongoing. So you have the capacity to move yourself to action ongoing. The ness just says it's a state. It's a state that you're in, meaning it's a mindset that you're in. And so look at the power you have. Now, most success gurus say that if you want to be successful, you have a mind-altering idea or a novel idea. Then what you do is that you create a workable plan. And then you stay motivated while you work that plan and you move yourself to success. Well, since you have the capacity to move yourself into action, and it's ongoing, and it is a mindset, I think maybe you can move toward success going down that road of living in a state of willingness. Let's look at some examples here of perhaps some of the ways that this can happen. You get this idea. You want to be the healthiest you've ever been. And so what do? That first day, you jump out of bed, you get your gym shoes on, you go to the treadmill, and you walk. Go into the kitchen. What's on that plate? All the stuff that's going to make you healthy. Second day, you kind of get out of bed. You make your way to the treadmill. And you go in, and okay, maybe today it won't hurt if I just eat a donut and some coffee. Maybe not. What is happening? Now, a lot of people would say that you're losing your motivation because they somehow equate motivation with willingness. And let me tell you, we live in a high-tech world these days. And let me read to you what AI says about the difference between motivation and willingness. Willingness and motivation both play significant roles in personal growth and in achieving success. While willingness represents an open and productive mindset, motivation refers to the driving force behind specific goals and behind specific tasks. Willingness is a broader and more stable disposition, while motivation can be more targeted and influenced by various internal and external forces. So, if you really want to be stable and you want to be successful, go down this road to success by living in a state of willingness. Now, people say to me all the time, at your age, why aren't you sitting in a big chair with a remote? And it is because this willingness topic was revealed to me during my prayer and meditation one morning about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it wouldn't leave me alone. Now, those of you who are in the Action Era and the Success Road Academy know you've never heard me talk about willingness before, because generally I'm talking about communication, which is my expertise. But this topic is so important to me until it won't leave me alone. I want you to know that there are many, many roads to success. And living in a state of willingness is another road, and it gives you another choice. So I want for all of you to try it. Just try it. Now, what's going to happen is that what you're going to find out is that, let's say you want to be a better manager of your money. And you make that budget. You reassess all of your finances and you make that budget. Well, now, that first month, maybe you will do everything that happens that you have planned for your budget. But you know what happens? You're sitting in front of the computer, and on the screen comes that one thing you have always wanted, and it's at a discount price. Well, you can fool yourself and say, well, I can make this little purchase, and it won't make a difference. Next week, something else is going to pop up. And if you make that purchase too, what is happening with your budget? Something is not right here. Now, people will say, your motivation, you're losing your motivation. But this is what I say. What is happening is that your level of willingness is being lowered. Because the higher your willingness level, the more likely you are to be successful. And there are a number of ways to boost your willingness level, and I don't have time to talk about those today, but what I really want you to understand is that if you walk down this road of living in a state of willingness, your only real concern will be keeping that level high. What did I say? The higher the willingness level, the more successful or more likely you are to be successful. Now, I look out there and I know all of you want to continue to be successful. And I want that for you. Believe you me, I want every face I am looking at out in this audience to continue to have success after success after success. And now I invite you just to try living in a state of willingness. And what that means is that you are always in a state where you will think the thoughts you need to think to be successful, say, communicate, if you will, the messages you need to communicate to be successful, and do the things you need to be successful. You can do that because in you is the capacity to move toward action. I love being among people who want to be successful. So today you have one more way that you can make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you beautiful people, begin today to live in a state of willingness so that you can achieve all of the success you want.